You are the type of owner who genuinely pays attention to your dog. You notice when something feels off. But here is the thing. There is one signal your dog is sending you right now, constantly, that most owners completely miss. It is not barking. It is not growling. It is something quieter, something physical, something that looks almost normal until you know what to look for. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Most people think a stressed dog is a dog that barks or shakes, but stress shows up long before that. It shows up in the body, in small tightening moments that happen in seconds. Today we are going to talk about something called the spatial bubble, and how mapping it can change everything about how calm and safe your dog feels every single day. Let us start with what is actually happening when your dog tenses up near strangers. You have probably seen it. You are out on a walk. Someone passes by a little too close and your dog goes rigid. The ears shift forward or pin back. The tail lowers or freezes in place. The breathing changes, and then just as fast it seems to pass. So you keep walking. You tell yourself it was nothing, but it was not nothing. That moment, that split second of tension, that is your dog's nervous system firing a threat response. And if it happens enough times without resolution, it does not just pass. It compounds. It builds into a baseline of anxiety that follows your dog everywhere. This is where the spatial bubble comes in. The spatial bubble is the invisible zone around your dog where they feel safe. Think of it as a personal boundary, except your dog cannot tell you where it starts or ends. They can only react when something crosses it. Every dog has one. And every dog's bubble is a different size depending on their history, their temperament, and what they have been exposed to. A dog with a large bubble gets tense when strangers are still 20 feet away. A dog with a smaller bubble might be fine until someone gets within arm's reach. Here is the critical part that most owners miss. The bubble is not fixed. It shrinks and expands depending on context. Your dog might be completely relaxed in your backyard, but have a bubble the size of a parking lot at a busy intersection. Same dog, different environment, totally different threat threshold. So how do you actually map it? Step 1 is observation without intervention. The next time you are in a situation where your dog encounters something potentially stressful, whether that is a stranger, another dog, a loud truck, or a group of kids, do not react yet. Watch, what does the body do first? Not the bark, not the lunge, the very first thing. Is it the ears, the mouth going tight, the fur along the spine lifting slightly? That first signal is your starting point. That is the edge of the bubble. Write it down if you have to. Seriously, keep a small note on your phone. Stranger at 15 feet, ears went back. Bicycle at 10 feet, froze mid-step. You are building a map. And that map is going to become one of the most powerful tools you have. Step 2 is identifying the pattern triggers. Once you have a few observations, you will start to notice that the bubble is not random. It responds to specific things. Movement is usually a bigger trigger than stillness. Direct eye contact from a stranger triggers more than someone walking past without looking. High-pitched sounds tend to activate it faster than low rumbles. The more specific you get, the better you understand what your dog is actually responding to, not what you assumed they were responding to. This matters because a lot of owners try to desensitize their dog to the wrong thing. They focus on the stimulus itself, the stranger, the bike, the noise, when actually what the dog is reacting to is the speed of approach or the unpredictability of the movement. Fix the right thing and you get real results. Step 3 is creating distance on purpose. Once you know roughly where the bubble starts, your job is simple. Keep your dog outside of it during everyday exposure. This sounds obvious, but it is incredibly easy to accidentally keep pushing your dog past their threshold because you are trying to help them get used to things. What you are actually doing when you do that is flooding them. You are overwhelming the nervous system and teaching it that the world is as threatening as it feared. Distance is decompression. When your dog can observe a trigger from far enough away that they do not react, that is when learning actually happens. That is the zone where their brain is calm enough to take in new information. Too close and it is all survival response. Far enough back and suddenly they can breathe, they can think, and over time they can start to associate that trigger with something neutral instead of threatening. Step 4 is reading the release. This is the part people skip entirely. When the stressful moment passes, what does your dog do? Do they shake off like a full body shimmy? Do they yawn or lick their lips? Do they suddenly sniff the ground? These are displacement behaviors. They are your dog's built-in reset button. And when you see them, that is your cue to give space, offer calm praise, or simply stay quiet and let the reset happen. Do not interrupt the shake-off. Do not rush them back into the trigger zone. That release moment is gold. It means the nervous system processed something and moved through it. That is exactly what you want to reinforce, not by treating in that second, but by protecting the space for it to happen. Step 5 is consistency over intensity. You do not need long training sessions to shrink the bubble. You need consistent, low-pressure exposure over time. 10 minutes of intentional observation on a walk beats 1 hour of forced socialization at a dog park. The goal is repetition of calm, not endurance of stress. Here is what this looks like in practice. You take your dog to a spot where you know triggers exist, maybe a bench near a walking path, and you just sit. You stay at a distance where your dog is relaxed. People walk by at 25 feet and your dog watches but does not react. Good. Stay there. Let that happen 5, 10, 15 times. Let the brain log people at a distance equals nothing bad happens. Then very slowly over multiple sessions you close the distance by a foot or two, not all at once. Gradually. The bubble does not shrink overnight, but it does shrink. And as it does, your dog starts to move through the world differently. The tension you used to see in their face starts to ease. The walk that used to feel like a minefield starts to feel like just a walk. And here is the thing about that. When your dog is less stressed, you are less stressed. You stop scanning for threats before they do. You stop tightening the leash preemptively. You stop dreading the part of the walk where you know someone is going to come around the corner. You show up looser, calmer, more present. And your dog feels every bit of that. If this gave you a new way to see your dog, share this with someone whose dog seems tense on walks. They might not know what they are looking at yet. And if you want to go deeper on reading stress signals and building real calm, the next video is a good place to start. Your dog is already talking. You are just learning the language. Thanks for watching. If you loved this video, scan the QR code on the screen right now to subscribe and join the Pawsome Life family. Give your dog a belly rub for us, and we will see you in the next video.